Am I the asshole for refusing to help fund my wife's friend's wedding? Hello Reddit. My wife's friend is getting married in a month. My wife is a bridesmaid. I am not a fan of this friend. But that's just me. So I'm gonna move on to the real issue. This friend wants to have her dream wedding according to wife but is a little short on money. My wife had told me that friend would like some donations and if I was okay with her donating about $3,000 in USD. I told her no. She accepted my decision but my friends are saying I'm an asshole because donating wouldn't affect my financial standing. I'm now wondering if I was actually in the wrong. Reasons I don't like said friend. When my wife and I were dating, she always encouraged her to leave me and that she could do better. Has made many remarks about my physical appearance. I have eczema so my skin can get dry frequently. Also I itched a lot as a kid so I have bruises and cuts on my fingers and arms. So Reddit, am I the a? I'll try my best to answer any questions. It honestly doesn't matter whether you like the friend or not. You don't have to donate money to anyone for any reason, especially not for discretionary spending like a wedding. If she can't afford the wedding she wants, she needs to have the wedding she can afford. It's absurd to ask family and friends to donate money to fund your wedding, especially thousands of dollars. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. This friend of your wife sounds like a piece of work. This her wedding, not yours and your wife's wedding. If this person wanted her dream wedding, she should have saved more money for it. You are not a bank for your wife's friend. Stand your ground. If she wants her dream wedding, then she can save up for it and pay for it herself. A lot of us have dreams that we actually need to work for. Not the asshole. How entitled is your wife friend? If you can't afford your dream wedding, wait till you can afford it or do a cheaper wedding. I would never ask a friend for money for a wedding, no matter how rich they might be. Not the asshole. The bride is ta. It is not the responsibility of guests to pay for the wedding of your dreams. No thank you. Refuse to discuss it further. Only losers ask friends to help pay for their weddings. Not the asshole. WTF is with weddings that make people spend money they don't have? Definitely not the asshole. It's not just about the money but the principle. If she hasn't been cool with you in the past, you're not wrong for not wanting to chip in for her dream wedding. Not the asshole. 3,000 is a lot regardless of how you feel about them. They're not even family. It's so cheeky of them to be asking for everyone to donate so they don't have to give it back. They can save the money they need like everyone else has to. You are not obliged to give them any money. Everyone calling you an AH is an AH themselves. Not the asshole. No matter how much money I had, I wouldn't contribute to the wedding fund of someone I loved. Never mind to someone I didn't like. I firmly believe that parties should cost within the host's means. Not the asshole. What is it about weddings that make people so entitled? The bride should adjust her expectations. You having more than $3,000 doesn't mean someone else deserves your money. We all want our own dream wedding. And ya know what? Somebody has to pay for it. It looks like your wife's unpleasant friend has you pegged to help fund her party. What does your wife think about this? And what about your friends telling you should cough up $3,000? Because you can afford it? How is any of this even remotely okay? WTF. The bride has been abusive to you. She isn't your friend. She belongs to your wife. I wouldn't give her a penny, and if invited, I wouldn't even go to the dream wedding. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Bridesmaids do not fund weddings. This gal is 35. Why didn't she start saving for her dream? Where is her family? The grooms? It doesn't matter why you don't like her, it's her wedding. People with money are not responsible to raise and be Santa to everyone else. Your friends kind of suck for saying you have the cash so you should pay. That's just not true. But stop telling everyone your business and they will stop comment on it. Not the asshole asking for donations to have an extravagant wedding is ridiculous. Not the asshole just because you may be financially able to help doesn't mean you should feel obligated to help. I've never known anyone to ask for donations for a wedding. I've seen a few pitch in weddings for the reception, but not for the event itself. Nonetheless, if you act so generously with the wedding, how much will she then request in donations for the honeymoon? Good to set the boundaries earlier than later would be my opinion. My wife know that's when I'd finished laughing. My response to that request would be not a chance. And that would be the end of the matter. Not the asshole. If they need donations to fund their wedding, maybe they should wait to marry or tone down the wedding. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If you have so much money, give it to the needy, not for the superficial wedding of a superficial woman. Not just hell to the number. 3K WTF? Will she come and clean your house once a week for the next few months? Why is it your responsibility to fund someone else's wedding? They are not even related to you. Since apparently she is seeking donations. Offer $750 to 1K in place of a wedding gift and tell them both to have a nice day. Their wedding is not your burden to carry. Not the asshole. And it's not about liking the friend. You can choose to do what you want with your money. If this friend decides to hold a wedding way outside their budget, that's a them issue. Not the asshole. Geez, what an entitled brat. Not a chance. From the sounds of it, wife made the ask as a duty to her friend. But she might not be all that upset if the answer is no. And she gets to hide behind the op as bad guy. Your wife has bad taste in friends. Have the wedding you can afford. She can kick rocks. Your wife needs to get a spine. She always encouraged her to leave me and that she could do better. Tell your wife's friend that she can do better than your money. Not the asshole. Though your wife is the off for still being friends with someone who is so disrespectful of her husband and relationship. Not the asshole. You only need one treason to say no to someone who asks for handouts. And this one has given you plenty. Not a big fan of your wife either. TBH. Not the asshole can't afford the wedding you want, then you have two choices. Wait until you can afford it or make compromises. Don't help pay for anyone's wedding. If they can't afford it, they're trying to do too much, and really the odds are that they will get divorced in the next 7 years, so really just a waste of money from the beginning. Not the asshole and her friend asking and your wife entertaining it is disgusting. TBH. Who cares how much money you have? She didn't earn it and should not feel entitled to it for her wedding. I've never heard of this before. Clearly not the asshole. This friend is freaking entitled AF. Not the asshole. If ya can't afford a big wedding, have a small one. People need to stop expecting others to subsidize their weddings. Not the asshole. Why do people think they are entitled to other people's money for their wedding? Have people not heard of this concept of living within your means? I really can't even believe your wife asked you to donate, like it a charity or going to a good cause. SMH. Not the asshole. But why is your wife still friends with this horrible woman? Not the asshole. The bride is an AH. Your wife is an AH. I'm assuming your wife knows how you feel about her friend. It doesn't matter what your financial situation is or whether or not you need to pay for their own dream weddings or adjust their dreams. Not the asshole. What your financial status is isn't relevant. She decided to have a wedding that she couldn't afford. That's on her.